Hello, Beth Hetherington here. Om Shanti, Namaste. So, back for a second Yoga Nidra. So, this will be number 5 in my introduction to meditation, and it's going to be the last one this year. I'll probably do more next year. So, I think this is number 35 to finish the introduction to meditation. I introduced Yoga Nidra last one posture Wednesday, and I'm going to do a second one today. And last week's I explained more about what a Yoga Nidra is. And this week we're going to go straight in pretty much. So if you're unsure, then have a look at last week's and it'll give you more information. And as always, if you want more, then please do get in touch. Your comments are really appreciated. So we're going to come straight to it. I'm going to invite you to, you can see I've got a couple of pillows, a cushion for my head, and I've got a blanket underneath me, so on top of my mat, to insulate between the ground and myself. So I've got lots of lovely cozy comfy clothes on. So this practice is the chance for us to lie down and take rest. So you might have got something to go over your eyes. I've got a little eye pillow, a little lavender eye pillow, always a lovely thing. If you don't have that, you can grab a towel or a blanket. And we're going to also pop a blanket over me. So it's really important in this practice that we attend to ourselves, to make ourselves and the space that we're practicing in to be as comfortable as it can be. So I'm going to tuck myself in. You can see that, tucking in so that I feel held. Some of us don't like that sensation, in which case it's simple, don't do it. So slowly easing ourselves down towards the ground. Just going to shuffle down a little bit. So I've got 2 pillows underneath the back of my knees to support. This helps the lower back settle to the ground. And I've got a blanket over me, just going to tuck that in a little bit more, get that sense of being held. I'm going to bring the cushion right to the line of the shoulders so it's supporting that space between the base of the skull and the shoulder line. I'm going to bring my eye pillow and place it just on the top of my forehead. So you can pop it over your eyes if you like. I like that weight on the forehead. So there are neurovascular points all over the head, and there we have the frontal eminences. When we apply a little bit of weight, it releases a layer of stress and trauma. This is a kinesiology approach. And then take your time to nestle into wherever you are lying. So you might be on a bed, you might be on the ground as I am, you might be on a couch. Just be careful if you're rolling around on the couch. And then you may have closed the curtains, taken your watch off, turn the phone off, so that you know that this is your time for you without interruption. So as we arrive, perhaps taking the next few moments to settle in and down towards the ground, she rises up to support you. Knowing that from here on in, for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, there is nothing to do. And there's no one to please. If anything, the doing stops and the being starts. Just being here is enough. So you're welcome to open the eyes. If closed eyes doesn't feel comfortable, or you can take the gaze down towards the tip of the nose or further towards the toes. And as we settle in together, A very warm welcome to you for joining me. Thank you. And just ensuring that the space you are in now, before we move in, you are warm enough and you feel comfortable enough, and you have everything you need to make this nidra, this time, wherever you are, as comfortable as it can be for you. So you might slowly start to notice the breath. You might breathe into the nose and let it go from your mouth. You might like that and do a few more breathing in, letting go from the mouth. And perhaps one more breathing into the nose, filling the body up with breath and breathing out of the mouth. Let that stale air go. So as we arrive on the ground, spreading in and down now, I'm going to be talking about the source of our rotation together today. And this is the space in the upper chest, behind the breastbone. And this space in the heart, for some of us it's the center of us, is referred to as Anahata chakra. Anahata meaning unhurt, unstuck, unbeaten. So we carry this unhurt, unstuck, unbeaten heart, love, compassion, emotion around the body on our rotation today, on our guided meditation. So as resilient as we are as human beings, and we've certainly stepped up to resilience this year, we're going to carry that awareness of this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten heart around our body today. So as you settle in, moving to the internal now, you might swallow a few times and let the jaw release, the back teeth part. The tongue rests wherever is comfortable in the mouth, from root to tip. I'm going to invite you to draw focus. So as always, you can follow my voice, or you can choose to ignore my voice and enjoy the resting body on the ground. So I'm going to invite you to draw focus to the space off the top of your head. So we have what we call an electromagnetic field. This is our aura. This space that is off the body, we own that too. And the space off the top of the head draws focus to a higher consciousness. So just taking a moment to acknowledge the space as if you're looking through the top of the skull to the space off the top of your head, connecting with the higher realms of universal consciousness. And then when you're ready, we're going to exhale all the way down the center of you to the very feet of you, to connect you with the ground. And as you connect through the soles and the toes, the pads of the feet, we feel that awareness of grounding, earthing, being here in this moment, and no other matters. And from there, I'm going to draw focus to the feet and that grounding sensation and carry it now to your right palm, and you might even close the fingers and thumb around it for a moment. And from there, exhaling across the body to arrive in the left palm, and you might close the fingers and thumb around that awareness. So just moving the consciousness around the body. And then releasing the fingers and thumb and letting that awareness go, and it hovers above you now like a blanket. And you might inhale to this blanket above you, and when you're ready to exhale, it's going to settle upon you. It's warm enough and cool enough and heavy enough and light enough, and the right texture and the right temperature in all the spaces that you need it and don't. And you might inhale as it nestles in a little closer to you. And as you exhale, it travels through you and spreads the back of you further down to meet the ground. So from the top of you to the bottom of you, and from the right side to the left, and from the whole of the front of you now to the whole of the back of you now, is alive to this light of universal consciousness. And you draw this awareness of your aura, your electromagnetic force field, a little closer towards you. I'm going to invite you to draw focus to your breastbone, a very central place, coming down from the seat of the throat through the space between the collarbones, where the ribs meet in the chest. Drawing focus to this place behind the ribs in the upper chest, we find the heart, this muscle that continues to beat day in, day out. Beating that life force around your body. And just taking a moment to acknowledge this Anahata chakra. It's an emerald bright green colour for those that like the visual approach. And I like to remember it as go for love. I want to carry this awareness, this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, loving heart on our rotation together today. From this space in your chest, carrying this emerald bright, loving, healing green light to the right shoulder, upper arm, the elbow, lower arm, wrist, hand, skin on the back of the hand, skin on the palm, the right hand thumb, and along to the first finger and the second, to the third finger and the little finger, to the skin on the back of the hand and the skin on the palm, all around the wrist and to the lower arm, inside the elbow and the upper arm, inside the shoulder and along the collarbone and down the breastbone and back to source, this space that's unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten. And we carry this awareness to the left shoulder, and the upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, hand, skin on the back of the hand, skin on the palm, the left thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger, skin on the back of the hand, skin on the palm, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, collarbone, space between the collarbones, breastbone, and back to this healing emerald bright green loving light. And from there, we travel that awareness, that light, unheard, unstruck, unbeaten, inside the right hip. And from there, we travel the skin on the top of the thigh and to the knee, the skin on the shin and the ankle, skin on the top of the foot, the big right toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, little toe, sole of the foot, heel of the foot, back calf, the knee, back thigh, the right buttock, inside the right hip, and returning to that space in the upper chest behind the breastbone. Picking up on the unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten light, and carrying that now inside your left hip, top of the thigh, knee, top of the shin, ankle, skin on the top of the foot, the big left toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, little toe. Taking this light of awareness now to the sole of the foot and inside the heel, to the back calf and the knee, to the back thigh and the left buttock, and back inside the hip, and returning to the source once again in the upper chest behind the breastbone, unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, healing, loving light. And from there, I'm going to invite you to take that to the seat of your throat and to the tip of your chin, the lower lip and the lower teeth, the root of the tongue to the tip, the upper teeth and the upper lip, the nose, the space between the eyebrows, and the space off the top of the head once more. Take a moment to recognize this higher realm of upper consciousness that's greeted with this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, loving, healing heart. And carry that awareness now to the back of your head and the nape of your neck, to the space between the shoulder blades and the upper back. Travel down the spine to the middle back and lower still to the lower back. And from there you meet your ruby red tailbone, the very seat of you, the foundations of who you truly are, returning to your true self, your natural habitat. Take a moment to let this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, emerald bright, green, loving, healing light connect with the very foundations of who you truly are. And then carry the light of that awareness inside the pelvis. Travel it to the right hip and the left hip, front, side, back, and all around. It surrounds with this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, healing, loving light. And carry that awareness inside the belly now, very fire of you. And travel it up higher into the solar plexus, the heart of who you truly are, at the base of the breastbone. And from there, carry it back into your heart to connect with this unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten, emerald bright, green, loving light. Inhale at this place. Perhaps it's the very central point within you. And exhale this awareness of unhurt, unstruck, unbeaten you to the extremities and beyond. Let it happen. Invite the emerald bright green, loving, healing light in. Perhaps as you inhale to the very central place within. And exhale, unhurt, unbeaten, unstruck, to the extremities and beyond. And perhaps once more as you inhale to the very central place within. And again once more you exhale to the extremities and beyond. Very slowly we start to draw focus to this outlined shape of you, wherever you are, on the ground, on your bed, on a couch. And as we breathe into the central place within, breathing out to this outlined shape, extremities and beyond. And you might slowly start to invite the thumb pads to stroke the finger pads. And maybe the toes move in to some space, perhaps stretching out the toes, moving into the heels of the hands and the feet, maybe into the ankles and into the wrists, maybe into the knees and the elbows, the hips and the shoulders, the belly, and the ribs, the spine, and the back of you. You might lick the lips, take a stretch and a yawn. You might feel ready to pop the feet on the ground, maybe rippling the toes along the mat to get that essence of earthing, grounding, moving into the space around you. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to roll onto your right side. Just find that right side. Maybe draw the knees up small into that little nourished, safe ball. Take a moment here on your right side with the support, soft props still with you. And then when you're ready, you're reaching the top hand out and trusting what you meet, whatever it is, carpet, wood, a rug, a mat, anything. Just reach in and down and connect with its texture and its tone, its temperature, and trust it as you press in and down and climb up your spine to comfortable sitting. So just find a position that's comfortable for you to be in. Take a moment in this seated place. And then bring the palms together and rub the hands. So we're going to take an energy bath together. So start to rub rapidly to get some fire, some heat, some warmth. And as you get the fire, take one palm to the back of a hand and all the way up the arm, around the shoulder, back down, and rub in the palm. Once you have fire again, take that other hand all the way up the arm, around the shoulder, and down and back to palm. Get the fire, the heat, the warmth, and take it to your face, giving it a little rub around the hairline, the ears, the nape of the neck, and back to palms. Taking the palms to the chest and the ribs, the belly, and around the lumbar spine and as high as you can climb and back to the palms. Taking both hands around one hip and squeezing around the thigh, massaging the knee, a little rub into the shin and calf, the heel, foot and toes, back up the leg and to the palms. And taking the other hip into the hands, the thigh, Give it a squeeze, a little massage, some love, the knee, the shin, the calf, the heel, the foot and the toes, all the way back up that leg and back to palms. Keep rubbing until you have warmth. Then place the palms close to closed eyes and open the eyes to your own energy as you release the hands from your face. Wide-eyed, wide arms, we raise the gaze to the palms. And as they come down, stick your tongue out for lion's breath. Let it go. Don't worry what it looks like. Inhale, wide-eyed, wide arms. Raise the gaze to palms. Exhale, lion's breath. Let it all go. Last one. Inhale, wide-eyed, wide arms. Raise the gaze to palms. Exhale, tongue out. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this year on my One Posture Wednesdays. So there will be more. I'll be back next year. If you've loved this, do let me know. Do share it with your friends. If you want to know how to get to the channel, it's via my website, www.nutri5plus.co.uk. And that will bring you straight onto the front page, services and classes written in white. Click on that, it'll take you to all of my classes, both live streamed and in studio. Scroll down to Wednesday and you'll come to the hyperlink. Click here. Click on that and it will take you straight to my YouTube channel. Go to videos and all the One Posture Wednesdays are there. Take care. Have a wonderful time over the Christmas and New Year period. Whatever you're doing, lots of love. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. Take care. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.